Hi everyone, and it's good to see you again in another episode from this course. And in this lesson, we will be making modifications to the config of an existing VM that was created previously by Terraform. Okay, yeah. Based on the time we have for the session, I will go through multiple changes. For example, increasing the memory of a VM, making changes to it, adding a disk, changing, for example, a VLAN, and I will be giving a few tips and tricks here and there. Yeah, just to give you some insights on how Terraform is powerful and very quick. Yeah, in executing the changes that we need. So let's go back to VS Code, and this time, I will, as usual, I will create a new folder, a new directory. I will call it this time 005 modify VM, for example. Okay, and I will copy files from the previous lesson, so we don't necessarily need to go through it from scratch. And now it became like a template, so you can just copy and paste. So yeah, this is one of the advantages of the infrastructure as a code. All right, so what are we going to do this time? I will create additional file here, but give me a moment. We are going to deploy a VM. Okay, so let's go back to my vCenter server here. Yes. And I will create a new VM here. Let's call it the same exact name from the previous lesson. If you go to the main file, let's keep the VM name as is, and if you remember, it was declared through the variables file. I'll just put in my password here, so I no longer need this to be a variable. Yeah, but again, this is not the best practice at all to hard code your credentials in a code file, because this is really dangerous. Okay, so this is just a lab, so I don't care. I don't need to put it as an environment variable on my laptop. Neither that nor complicating things for myself. Okay, so the password is ready. Let's see what we need to do. Let me first deploy the VM, and let's add a little bit of an extra piece here. So when the VM is created, I want the terminal here of Terraform to show or retrieve data and show it on the screen. For example, the IP address. It's the thing that I will do. But let's first go to it was already here, to the directory of the task. Okay, and as usual, this is a brand new directory for Terraform, so we need to prepare it and initialize it. So let's run Terraform init. Nice, and then Terraform plan to see what is it going to do to our infrastructure. The same exact changes from the last time, but this time here it will be creating the VM, because in the last video I have destroyed it, so now it will be adding it. So let's run Terraform apply auto approve, and please do not use the auto approve unless you are 100% sure that your plan is intact. If you're using Terraform in a pipeline, then CI/CD pipeline, then my humble recommendation for you is to export the Terraform plan and then import it as a config file to your Terraform apply, just to be 100% sure that it's going to apply what you have seen in the apply phase, because on the pipeline you don't really see what's happening. You can of course review, but you may never know what happened. All right, so let's check here the vCenter, and let's see what happens. What's happening here? So the VM should pop up any moment here. Okay. Yeah, there we go. There's the VM, and yeah, it's being prepared now. It's booting, and you know the rest. If you have watched the previous lessons, and if not, then this video is part of a course series. I will put the URL to the playlist on YouTube in the description below. Okay. Oh, I have deployed it, and I forgot to declare that thingy, that output to show the IP, but we can still do it easily. So yeah, it's deployed successfully, but let me make just a little change here to not the data. I need to create a new file here. I will call it output. I can put the output block anywhere, but let's just create a file for that. Outputs.terafile, and I will do something. I will use a block here called output. What does it do? It will export information from some resource so you can use it somewhere else. In this scenario here, I will just print some information from the VM on the screen. But yeah, you can of course use it to traverse data and push data across what is called Terraform modules. So if you have a more complicated Terraform structure, then you'll be definitely using what is called Terraform modules, and you might need, or you will have, I think you will have to use the output block. But this course doesn't cover modules. I don't believe that we need to overcomplicate it here, but of course in production, and if you are working in teams, then you should definitely use modules, Terraform modules. You can refer to the training course of Terraform that is mentioned below in the comments. So yeah, in case you're not familiar with Terraform. So this output, I will call it VM IP. Okay. And the value, where should I retrieve it? Retrieve it from the VM resource block, which is vSphere virtual machine, and this is the name of the block of the virtual machine. Dot guest IP address, I believe. Guest IP. Yeah, guest IP address, if I remember correctly. Yes, it's the one. All right, so it should be printed. Let's do a Terraform plan. Terraform plan is just enough. It will retrieve the IP address of the machine. Yeah, here you go. Yes, sometimes this is useful. Okay, so let's make a change to the VM. So what's the config here that this VM? In what config was it deployed? The specs here. So let's go to the CPU. Where is it? Yeah. So the CPU is 2 and the memory is somewhere here. Oh, maybe I missed it. The memory, yeah, here we go. There it is. The memory. Okay, and the disks, it has just one disk. Let's go actually to the vSphere console and examine the VM a little bit. Yeah, so if we check here, let me go to the configure page, and I think from here it will be easier. Yeah, edit the settings, and we have here 2 CPUs and 1 gigs of RAM, 1 hard disk, and this VLAN here is pointing to VLAN number 1 or 101. So let's make a few changes here. Let's first change the memory, and let's let's monitor. Let's observe what's going to happen. So let's go to the code. Here we go. Let's go to the main, not the main file, but to the variables. Of course, in the main, under the main file, the resource here is defined, but these are variables. So let's define them in under the variables file. Yes. So yeah, let's make the CPU as is. Let's change the memory. Let's make this, for example, 2 gigs. Okay, and let's see what's gonna happen. And yeah, we can of course fix it. We will be facing few issues intentionally in this video. So yeah, hang on. So let's try Terraform plan and see what's gonna happen. So what is it saying here? It's saying that Terraform will perform the following actions. So to the resource, which is a virtual machine, under the name, on the name this virtual machine here, please, if you see that tilde here, it means that this resource or this attribute, this attribute will be modified, as you can see, from 1 gigs to 2 gigs. So let's proceed with that. To apply Terraform apply, no need to have a look again. So it's performing it, but let's observe the VM here. So as you can see, the VM is rebooting now. Now it's shut down and the memory got added. And let me refresh this page again. Now let's maybe refresh the vCenter and let's see on the terminal here what's happening. So it's still making changes here to the VM. And now, the VM is powered on again. And let's check inside. CPU is 2, the memory is 2 gigs. Okay, so the change is made. But it rebooted the VM, which means interruption to your service. Maybe it's fine with you. Maybe you have a VM that would support the hot memory add, the hot add function. So in that case, you can easily make the changes on the fly while the VM is running. You don't need to shut it down, but just you need to know that. And usually, of course, if you go manually to make a change to the memory with the default settings of the VM, you definitely need to power it off first and then increase the memory, because see now this is dimmed, grayed out, because the memory hot plug is not enabled. Okay, let's tackle this. So let's go back to the code and make a change, because every time we make memory increase to this VM, we don't need it to be powered off. Right? So let's go here once again, and under the vSphere virtual machine code page under the HashiCorp website for Terraform, we need to look for hot, until we get what we need. You can also allow also the CPU add. This is also supported. And for the memory here, this is what concerns us in this video. So the memory hot add enabled. So let me copy this piece of code and let's add it to the properties of the VM under the main file. You can of course declare it as a variable, but if it's fine with you to keep it as a default for everything, then you can put it on the main file.tf, the main.tf somewhere here. So I will put it here. You can put it anywhere within the brackets, the curly braces of the resource, but I will just put it here. And this one equals true. Okay, so now the VM will have that function, that option enabled. Let's make another change to the memory before we apply this, because enabling this, of course, will require, again, rebooting the VM or shut. But at least you can see how fast is it, because you don't need to worry about it yourself. It will perform a safe shutdown for the VM. Let's make this memory 512. And then it will power it on again for you. All right. Terraform plan. Let's see what is it going to do to our resource. So this time it's making, yeah, it didn't save the file. It should have saved this, so there should be 2 changes here actually, not 1. Let me run the plan again. There should be 2 changes. Yes. I didn't save the main.tf file. So now there are 2 changes to the VM. So the memory will be reduced to 500, decreased to 512, and the memory hot add function or option will be enabled, and it will be set to true, and the default actually is false. Nice. So I clear the screen and let's run the Terraform apply command, and let's see what happens over there. So the VM is being shut down. Yeah. Yes. It's going. Guest OS shutdown command was initiated, and now. Initiate guest OS shutdown. Now it's reconfiguring the VM. Once this is done, it will power it on again. Yeah, now powered on, and let's check here the settings, guys. So the memory, no, forget about this. This will be updated in a moment. This is not accurate. So let's go to the config page, and I think it's still, I guess it's done, but here it's still waiting for the VM to be live and the VMware tools to report back. This is why this operation here is still in progress. And if we have a closer look here, so our memory got decreased, and if we expand this, yeah, the memory hot plug is enabled. Nice. All right, so that's what we needed. Let's actually open a terminal to the VM. Yeah, this one is not needed. And let me log into this because we are going now to make changes. So I'm logging in with root. Yeah. Okay, so let's run the command top. And here, if you can see, yeah, the memory is almost 512 under the MIB memory. All right. Okay, let's make a change now to the VM. While it's up and running, let's make a change to the RAM. And the thing that I've noticed, if you want to increase the memory, you need to use increments. So you cannot directly jump from 512 to 2 gigs. You can't do this. Let's give it a try, but it will not really work. You need to just double it, increment, in the same increment. So let's try to apply directly. You don't really need to plan, and let's see if it succeeds or fails. I'd be really happy if it succeeds. Yeah, because today that thingy did fail. Oh, I see it succeeded. Maybe I had an error or something in my VM today. So forget what I said. The VM is still running. Okay, yeah. So memory now is, as you can see here, it's 2 gigs. Nice, but you cannot decrease. If you want to decrease the RAM, the virtual machine will be powered off. Okay, so you can do this only if you are increasing that the hot plug. The hot add for the RAM works only if the VM is running. You can only increase. You cannot decrease. To decrease, you need to shut down the VM. All right. Okay, that was it here. What's the next point? Maybe let's add a new hard disk to the VM. Yeah, I really wonder why this worked now, but it's a good sign. So yeah, because I thought that you can only add increase the memory in increments. In the morning it didn't work. It didn't work for some reason, but now it's working, which is okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right. Okay. What else can we do? Let's add a disk. So let's go to the main.tf file, And let's copy this block and duplicate it. Okay, and don't forget the curly braces. Yeah, so yeah, let me yeah, it looks fine. So this will be, so this, the default one is disk number 1. I will call this the disk number 2. The size, I will define it manually here, so the size, please make it 10 gigabytes. Oh, let's make it 5 gigabytes for now. And thin provisioning is true, and there is a missing parameter here, but I'm intentionally causing an error so we can learn together how to troubleshoot. Okay, let me list the disks first. So ls-l div and the SD, is that correct? Yeah, so now it has it's detecting for disks. Let's add an additional disk. Okay, so now the code is okay, it's saved. Let's run Terraform plan and see what happens. Yeah, I guess we will exceed our, yeah, I was planning to spend 25 minutes per video, but yeah, we might need to exceed it a little bit this time, so forgive me. Now we have the error. I'm happy with that, so I can tell you how to fix this. So here it finds a duplicate SCSI unit number, because yeah, of course this will be on the SCSI controller. Where was it? Up here. Yeah, so the disk, this disk will be on yeah, SCSI number 0, and this also will be on SCSI port number 0, which is incorrect. So now it doesn't know what to do, and it's not intelligent enough to do it on its own, which is, yeah, this is logical, because yeah, you need to instruct it how to map the new disk to the virtual machine. Right, so there's a missing piece of the puzzle. So here it's complaining about that, and yeah, we need to fix it. So let's go back to the website. Let's go to the resources here, and let's look for the disk. And disk UID, not really, it's about the SCSI, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, yes, so SCSI controller, no, it's not SCSI controller count. Yeah, give me a second, and optional, the number of SATA controllers that the virtual machine can, yeah, the default is 0. List timeout. Yeah, let's just look for it here. I don't remember the exact text, but it's under the disks section, of course. So if we are doing like multiple disks, so disk options, let me check here that part. Yeah, so in this example, see here, yeah, it's adding 2 disks, so yeah, we need to define the unit number. Yeah, that's what I was looking, what I've been looking for. So let's go back to the code. Yeah, and if you just put this in Google, it will tell you what you should be, what is it that you're looking for. Again, the new disk, I will add an additional parameter here, and I will, yeah, add this to number 1, because this one is by default already assigned to number 0. Let's check the VM together. Let's examine it together. Yeah, so the disks, storage policies, no, where was it? Let's get into the edit, to edit the config, to be easier. Edit the settings. Under the VM, the disk, so now this disk is mapped to, yeah, the SCSI controller number 0 and port 00, right? Now we are adding a new disk, so let's see what it's going to say. Oh, about the new plan. Right. Once again, Terraform plan. Nice. So now it's doing this. It's making one change. Okay, change to an existing resource. So it's a change. So yeah, it's making the change here and it's adding a disk. You can see that plus with these parameters and the unit ID. Where was it? The unit number is this one. The size is 5 gigs. Cool. Okay, let's do it. So Terraform apply, and no need to validate again. It's just a lab. So let's check what's happening here. So it's configuring the VM, and the VM is still up and running, guys. Yeah, and it's done. Nice. So let's list the disks, and now the operating system here detects an additional disk. And yeah, and now if we go here again, once again to the settings, we can see here 2 disks, this and that. Let's increase the capacity for the disk. Now you know your way, huh? But yeah, let's do it together. So let's make this 7 gigs. Yeah, I don't care. And let's check the plan. So as you can see here, it mentions that there's a change to the size. It's going from 5 to be changed to become 7 gigabytes. Cool. Let's apply. Yeah, let's check here the vSphere and let's refresh this. I'm missing something here on my interface, but yeah, here we go, the disks. So disk 1 of 2, we have now the second disk. See all disks. So yeah, disk 1 of disk 2 became 7 gigs. You can see that, huh? Nice. Let's perform another thingy. But before I forget, yeah, you need to be very careful and take advantage of all of the great options that you can define for your VM here. So yeah, and you can also perform other operations to the virtual machines. For example, you can perform a host vMotion. I mean, vMotion for the VM across the host. You can perform storage vMotion as well. This is possible. You can stick a VM to a specific host, to a specific resource pool. All of this stuff could be defined. Yeah, however, in my opinion, for day-to-day operations like performing vMotion, powering off, power cycling, or this stuff like bulky vMotions, if this is needed, in my opinion, yeah, you should depend on Power CLI, not on Terraform. Terraform is just to make a change to the configuration of the resource itself. But it's up to you. It's an option. It's there. You can use it or not. It's up to you. And yeah, there are a lot of options here that if you dig deeper into this, if you spend some time to read everything here, you will really admire the power that you have, that you can use. Okay, what is next? Let's make a change to the network. So let's change the VLAN. So for now, this VLAN here is where is it? The network. Yeah, so it's connected to VLAN 101 with that IP range. But yeah, changing the VLAN will not actually instruct the operating system to change to refresh the interface, but it's still an option here. Maybe you can perform it using a Power CLI or something. You could still also do the change via Power CLI, but the option is here. If you have a static IP, then it will be very easy for you. Maybe we can just maybe you can do the change now and make it from DHCP to static IP maybe. So the VM here is 192.168.101.2. This is the IP address. Oh, why not? Okay. It's putting a comma instead of 192. Yeah, it's a European keyboard layout. 2. Yeah, Now the VM pings on this IP address. Let's keep the ping open and let's change the VLAN. And then we can set a static IP. Yeah, it will be actually the first time for me to set a static IP via Terraform, but let's give it a try together. So where is the definition of the network here? There it is. And of course, this is just nothing but a variable. It's referring to a data block under the data files where the virtual network is defined. If you have watched the previous episodes, excuse me, from this course, you will get what I want to say. All right. So there it is. And it's connecting to VLAN 101. I have another VLAN or another port group called VLAN 102. So let's make this change. Terraform apply. And we don't need to go through the plan just for this one, because it will be doing another planning already anyway before it asks me for my opinion. So now I'm making a change for this port group, for this distributed port group from this to that. Do you approve? Yes. Yes, approve. So let's go back to the... Oh, now the ping is down, as you can see. It's timing out. Okay, and the VM now is... Now it's connected to, yeah, VLAN 2. But of course it didn't pick up a new IP because the OS or the interface needs to be refreshed. And I couldn't figure out a way directly to do this in Terraform, but at least you can still, of course, set an IP address. And usually if you have servers, and most likely you will be deploying servers using Terraform, so you would be definitely using static IP binding, not DHCP, but it's an option and it's there. The ping is still running, and where's the ping here? And it's still timing out. Of course, it will keep timing out forever. Let's set an IP address. Now I am back again on the website to check for a static IP address. IP. Yeah, let's check here, or maybe let's just scroll below and check the network setup for the clone. Yeah, for the clone, under the operating system. Customization. Yeah, let's go a little bit below. Let's scroll down until we find it. Nope. Not here. Virtual app. Yeah, network 1, network 2. No, maybe under the clone settings. Yeah, there it is. So under the clone settings, under the customize settings for the Linux OS, here, as you can see, we can set an IPv4, and the subnet mask is this. Can we set a gateway here? Yeah, we can definitely set a gateway. Let me actually copy the entire block here and, yeah, make the necessary changes on our code. So this is fine. Let's go to the main file where the VM is defined, and here under the customize settings, under the, yeah, here the interface has no settings actually. It's set like that. Let me paste that code here and see what needs to be. Okay, we no longer need this. Okay, now we have that, and this is enough. Yes, let me just check the indentation. I think the indentation is fine, and it won't really make a problem. All right, so yeah, this is the network interface, and this is the gateway. Linux options. Is there a missing curly brace? The curly brace? I think so. This one is pointing to that, and that one is pointing to this, and then customize network interface. I think we have a missing curly brace. Let's add one here. Yeah, because this has an open curly brace. This is the closing, and again the IP gateway here under the customize, but this one is no, I think I'm mistaken. Let's see if we face an error here or not. Let me define IP within that VLAN, within that subnet, so it should be 198.162.102.5, for example, 24, and the gateway is 192.168.102.254. Okay, why are you complaining now here? Yeah, I think we have a problem here, but let's try a plan. Terraform plan, because maybe I'm missing a curly brace or something. Yeah, there's yeah, the declaration required. Yeah, an argument or block is required here. I think there is a missing curly brace as I was expecting, but let's check once again. This is the opening, this is the closing, and nothing got. Or maybe we have an extra one here. I don't think so. What's this connected to? Ah, yeah. I think this is extra. Yeah, now it's solved. Okay, so let's run the plan once again. Now it's planning, and the plan is fine. It said one to add, one to change. What is it going to add? One to destroy. Okay, one to destroy. What are you going to do? What are you going to destroy? Okay, so yeah, the VM must be replaced. Okay, I think, yeah, making changes to a network adapter will cause the entire VM to be recreated, but I'm not really convinced. The Bible here is this page, so there's a section. Yeah, let me look for it. Okay, I have found that section, but it's about the VM reboot. What actions? What are the actions that you may perform that will lead to a VM reboot, but not to VM replace? But after researching a little bit, it seems that it's all about the vSphere customization capabilities, and it's how the OS customization for VMware template works. So and this is why here it's instructed by vSphere. So Terraform didn't really come up with this, and yeah, the VM in this case entirely needs to be entirely replaced. I don't like that, but it's still an option. If you have a cluster of similar workloads, then who cares? Yeah, but yeah, I don't really like it. But let's apply the change and see what happens. And after changing this, let's see if it's possible to change the IP once again without, I mean, the same static IP. If we change it to something else, would it work or not? And let's check the ping 192.168. I give it 1.2, yeah, dot 5 or 7. What IP did I give it to the VM? 5, yeah. So here it's working now, it's creating. So yeah, it destroyed the VM. Okay, I don't like that, but according to the documentation, yeah, this is how the OS customization feature from VMware works. Otherwise, you can just from within the OS do the change, or could be using Ansible to instruct Linux to change something here or there. But yeah, anyway, it's still a function. It's available that you can still use, but just be careful with it. Because yeah, it had definitely replaced the VM. Okay. Anyway, all right, let's give it a moment here. Alrighty, so it's done, and it gave it the static IP that I needed. And if we check the ping, yeah, the ping works. Let's give it another IP and let's see if what is Terraform going to do? Is it going to destroy it once again, or just yeah, or just change it in place? So let's make this 7. I think it will recreate the machine again. Terraform plan. Yeah, if it's going to destroy it, then no need for us actually to continue. Oh, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, that's what's going to happen. But yeah, I think also on the cloud, if you deploy your resources on the cloud, it's the same thing. Yeah, the documentation says that this is how vSphere works. I'm not quite sure if this is the truth or not. Could be the truth, but yeah. Now it's asking once again to redestroy it, but it's still an option. You don't necessarily need to stick to it. You can just configure it as blank, yeah, and you can assign it the IP yourself and then manage it through via the operating system yourself, and then yeah, just instruct Terraform to sync and update the changes to the code. All right, so that was it for this topic. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm sorry for taking extra time, but I think it's better to have it in one video instead of splitting it. Okay, what are we going to do next? In the next topic, we will create multiple VMs, yeah, using Terraform. Yep. Right. See you.